just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail. Making content without having life experience. There are people who are young content creators, and there are people who are just inexperienced content creators. So that's not one and the same. But when you see people making content a lot of times about life, and there's a disconnect where you hear them saying something that's a talking point, but it just comes across that they don't really know it. They're just regurgitating it. Because I was talking to a few friends of mine, and I wound up telling both of them, I said, I don't listen to a lot of podcasts, even when it comes to dating or, red pill material, because if I listen to 10 podcasts, if I hear the first one, I heard all 10. And part of the issue is everybody got something from the same source, basically. And when they say it, they're just saying what worked for another person. They don't have enough life experience to actually go to put nuance in it to see what works for them, because a lot of people aren't really living. And this is what I mean by when I see the approaches that some people are taking, is you're giving what you consider sound advice and what people who are listening consider sound advice, because both of you aren't really living. So you got people online basically mimicking somebody else's life experience. And then you got people watching it be mimicked, and they gravitate to it. And it's like, yo, that's so real. That's because you're not going out there and living yourself. So now it's just a bunch of fantasy material that you're using for your life. So I get it when we talk about the dating stuff, and you got younger people like in their 20s. They're talking from their 20-something-year-old experience. I get that. I totally get that. But, what's interesting is I don't get people in their 30s and up. Because now if you got somebody in their 20s saying something, and you're in your 30s and you saying the same thing, the same exact way, and both of y'all got it from the same place, the person in their 20s is actually utilizing the information and sussing it out. They're flushing out what they can use and what they can't use in their life. You already know what works and what doesn't. A lot of times when you're in your 30s and up, now you're just saying anything that will draw a crowd, because saying the same thing as everybody else, basically you get the same response. Clicks, views, likes, clout, whatever you want to call it. So what I wind up seeing is a lot of content creators, basically they're selling you somebody else's life experience, but now what they're doing is now they're trying to live it out while they're selling you that experience. So they're really gaining experience on the job by putting themselves in the positions that they didn't put themselves in before. And it's like, for me, it comes across as somebody who's 28 and decided to start gangbanging. Like, I'm in this life now. It's like, well, you're a little too, hold up, wait. You're a little too late to be joining. Calm down. But when you think about the relationship dynamic, or the people are dating thoughts and 304s, you see guys who are telling you to stay away from modern women, but they're dating modern women to get the experience to tell you why not to date modern women, while they're telling you somebody else's information of why not to date modern women. So people are making content without having life experience. So to me, it becomes a charade. a game somebody's playing or multiple people are playing, because a lot of these people, they got in the game they weren't playing to benefit. So that's why you see so much of this relationship talk with socially awkward people. And people, wow, how come they get so many people gravitate to them? Because birds of a feather flock together. Like, socially awkward people are viewing socially awkward people, on their computers or phones, seeing themselves in socially awkward people and going, oh, okay, this will, it works for those socially awkward folks, is going to work for me. So I'm going to follow their advice. But the reality is, none of that stuff, well, I ain't going to say none of it. Most of that stuff isn't going to work for you, because they're not telling you off of their life experience. Y'all going to wind up going through the whole process together, and you're going to waste a lot of time that you can't get back, when you might as well just started living the experience yourself and figuring things out along the way. You got your own journey, take it. But c'est la vie, tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.